can't even wait too long because we've actually started qualifying already, so you can't enjoy the music for as long as normal. But we're into qualifying now for Tier 1. You can hear the car already because we're spectating someone. I have no clue who we're spectating. But before we get into it, we are affiliated with Rogue Energy. Please use code PHX at checkout for 10% off of your order. Let's get to game capture. I am... Oh, why is it not working? There we go. I am joined by Webby. Welcome, Webby. How are you doing, buddy?
Well, I was on mute. Hello. I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm excited for Tier 1.
I
I'm
know.
also excited not to have to commentate it by myself, so I'm double excited.
Yeah, I thought I'll give you a little helping hand.
Do have Rico serving a qualifying ban this race, so he will retire. Well, he's already retired now.
He's already retired straight
from
away.
the session.
I think Gravy left, but I have sent him an invite, so hopefully he gets back in.
Hopefully. Well, we got more drivers than Tier 2, but still not a full grid, unfortunately. Not like the start of the season when we had 20 drivers around Jeddah, and that was terrifying. Welcome, Formula 1. So, Armin is joined. He will also be reserving in, I think, not AlphaTauri, that's been taken. One of the teams. Probably Williams. I think Williams has got a space. So we'll have 16 drivers at least. There's still, you know, plenty. But the question is who's going to come out on top in terms of the championship fight? Whilst Rico has to serve a qualifying ban, Shanae, don't know how he's done it after racing 24 hours in ACC, has decided to come and race F1 22 at my request. I didn't even expect him to actually want to do it, so I'm quite impressed. But can Shanae get onto the front row and give him a stronger start to the race than Rico and hopefully come out on top? You know, he won't necessarily win the championship this race, but he can certainly continue to close that gap and potentially, you know, end that streak of winning no races this season and actually win something. But I won't jinx it just yet. You know, touch wood, that doesn't happen.
I think we've got Pains on the first flying lap.
Let's see where Pains is. We had, what was our fastest time? A 1:32, I think it was, or 1:33.0?
A 1:32.9 or 8. 1:02.
Yes, 1:32.9. The only driver to hit 1:32 was Panos, and he did it in spectacular fashion by improving by merely half a tenth, or just over a tenth, getting into that margin. So we'll have to see now if our most competitive drivers in the most competitive tier can improve to that level, as Paynes puts in a 1:33.3.
We've got Panos in the race, so hopefully he can do better.
We've got a lot of fast drivers on the grid.
I was just thinking that, yeah, we've got a lot of fast drivers. It's going to be very competitive at the top. Wonder if we see any, wow, we've already got Dante in the 32s, 0.9. That's a great lap from Dante. I was doing a little bit of practice with him earlier, and we've already had a, retirement. Big crash out of Zoltz.
Zoltz in the first sector. Just coming into the second sector has seemingly lost his car in the wall. I mean, that's going to be a report on the wall. You know, how dare the wall be there? You can see the car there in the distance from Panos. His front left, I think it was, just removed from his tyre. Fortunately, though, he did manage to put in at least a lap. So he won't be dead last, but it certainly won't be at the top of the standings, unfortunately.
There's Panos. Panos on a lap?
Panos on a lap. He's got Nadim just ahead of him, I think. Yeah, that's Nadim ahead of him.
Oh, Nadim's
so
helping.
Opposing teams, but
Whoa.
team principal for his tier 2 driver gave a toe to Panos. That's
Panos' pace in T2 is something else.
I guess you could say that's teaming, isn't it? Now, Aston Martin helping
us.
Yeah,
that is. Yeah. Oh, we've already seen it on the first flying lap, which is just scary to think on the first flying lap. Normally you see it at the end, but
I was just going to say, let's have a look at where our champion from last season is on the qualifying sheets. And Sinead coming out of the final corner was
After 33.4.
basically backwards on the track, having a bit of a spin.
Looking
now,
very close from 2nd to 5th.
very close. All
The
in the
Harry spin
133s.
again, is that? Oh! Beb's spinning, probably with hot tyres. Almost putting it in the wall, very, very close.
Hopefully can get that car moving without getting disqualified, because we all know that this game is built, you know, brilliantly. Definitely brilliantly.
Also, some drivers do need to be aware that if you do come off the track on not the second turn, the long turn, and you get out the way of someone off the track, you can actually invalidate your next lap as well, even though you're right at the start of the lap. So hopefully no one does that. Screws up their timings.
Hopefully. We've got both McLarens going into the pits now.
A lot of people
almost hitting one another just in the in qualifying. Hopefully that's not practice for the race.
I don't know if you talked to Viper Joe, but he had a weird incident because I was engineering for their T3 race, where he was going 50 miles an hour into the 50-mile-an-hour pit and got a 5-second penalty.
So it does happen on this track then?
Yes.
Wonderful.
So I think he's yet to talk to you to see if that can get removed, but we do have video proof.
Hopefully no drivers get that in this race.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was very close.
A 5-second time penalty can be served during a race.
Eb is all over the road. He's one to be aware of. Make sure he's already spun like 6 times. I will say Dante did do a little bit of practice with me earlier. He looked in very, very fast. We were going through setups, and it's the first time he's been on the game for a week and a half, I believe. He's been away, so
it has been a while since I've seen his name on the track.
Might be a little bit rusty, but looking at that 32.9, he's looking threatening already.
I don't think he's rusty at all. Not with the pace so far in qualifying.
No, I mean, he warms up very quickly. I've raced with him for a while. We've got Armin on a lap. Barely have the...
Go take us on board for the last sector of his lap, and then we'll go on board with someone else.
Yes, so he is going through the first sector, the first part of the 3rd sector, keeping it nice and tidy. Make sure not to use too much exit curb there. Make sure you're keeping it nice and stable through this long part. Very easy to spin if you've got hot tyres or cold tyres. Very easy to invalidate here as well. Using some of the track. Doing as much. Use the exit curb. He's not using it, but it is still a good lap in the 34's 9. Very good.
We also got Anatoly, who's just joined the lobby now. 17 drivers racing. This will be interesting.
Yes, he's missed half of qualifying. Well, he's lucky that we started late due to...
We got Kudos on a lap. Kudos with the purple first sector so far.
Kudos, where is
Ferrari driver currently in 4th place for qualifying. I would try and do an on board with him because I don't know this track well enough. I've not raced.
Had a bit of a back end loose there.
Perhaps a toe from the Red Bull ahead. Just a little bit.
Who is that? In front, that is Tech. Give him a tiny little toe. Not sure if he was aware that he was behind him so fast. Anyone else on Armin invalidated? Ooh. Oh, oh no. Maybe he's given it. Is he? What are the not Red Bulls, Williams doing? Going side by side. I hope none of them. Sinead was on a lap, and Armin has blocked him slightly from that. Was he on a lap? Unless he's doing another hot lap.
Kudos across the line, a 133.4. That is now a Ferrari 2-3 provisionally.
Still 4 tenths separating first and second, though. We did see that in T2. Sinead going on to a lap now.
Surprisingly, though, before we go on board with Sinead, Panos is not up there in the 129s. His current lap is 3/10 slower than his previous best.
Did he get a toe in T2 or not? I don't think he did he?
I don't think he did. No.
I think it's important for Haas for Panos to be up there in the contention as Rico is serving that qualifying ban. We need to make him make his way through the field, but will not be that easy with these kind of pace drivers. Panos and his Panos invalidated. Would not be happy with that. We got Dante still in the pits though. He might be just using 2 sets in case he needs a brand new soft for the race.
I think he might pull a Vettel at Singapore, just stay in the pits to the end of qualifying. He's comfortable with that lap.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 4 tenths, but there are some fast drivers. And if T2 pace drivers can get into the 132s, then
hopefully some tier 1s can do that as well.
Who's that going on a lap now? That is Nadeem just about to go onto a lap. He has got incredible pace. He was the fastest driver, in my opinion, on the track. T2.
He was on fire.
I believe in time trial he is top 800 or something, he said.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, he raced in T5 and his pace, he is going a tenth faster. In his T5 race, he has improved massively from the T5 to the T2 race, so great to see he is improving.
As Fudge puts in a lap, 9/1000ths quicker than Panos, stealing 4th place from him. Now only 5/100ths of a second splitting 3rd and 5th place. This is very close qualifying.
We do have Fushy Wushy trying out the T1. We're seeing what his pace is like. T1 next season.
Panos on a hot lap. I think he might be on a fast lap. He's got Nadeem ahead of him as well.
So I
think he might have had a bit of a toe there. Panos now to cross the line. Oh, 1:33.3.
He's still got time to improve though. That's the scary part. I wonder, did he put the most perfect lap together in T2 though? Because that's 2 laps now and he's not got anywhere near his time realistically. Got anyone else on a lap? Paynes, is he on a lap? Yeah, no, Paynes is going into the pits, not happy. 2 tenths down, going into the final turn. We've got Fudge. Is he going on a lap? Nope, he is going into the pits. Got Anatoly.
Where is Anatoly? There he is.
A little bit wide there.
Probably didn't invalidate there, to be honest.
Yeah, he was going very slow in the sausage curbs. They are lethal, the curbs on this track. I mean, you can bottom out the car very, very easily. Ooh. He forgot that he was supposed to go into the pits.
Classic.
We got Armin on the lap, actually. Oh, no, he's not. He's on a 3-minute and 40-second lap.
No, that's a lap. That's going to be pole position.
He's maybe setting up for a lap here. It'd be good to see if any of the drivers do use that last turn to go very wide to get as much exit out of the corner possible to give themselves 0.5 tenth to 1 tenth up on the first straight. If you do go a little bit wider.
Interesting.
They've yet to put a lap in. He's a T4 driver, is he?
He is.
He is. He is racing some
And
big
Arman
names.
has already invalidated his lap.
Oh no!
He has got to get to the line as
A lot of
quick as
people probably going
possible.
out now. There's a few
Dante's
drivers.
still not
He,
out of the pits. That's it.
he
He's
is
comfortable
happy.
with his time.
Wow.
I think
One
Panos
lap into
Pains
the
as
Max
well.
Verstappen. We do see Beb putting in a 33.7. He has got the pace.
That's a very good lap.
It's a very nice lap. I've got my dog trying to jump up and bug me. Get in your bed. Come on. What do you want?
So we got so far now. We got both Ferraris out. Kudos is in the third sector. He'll make it to the line.
Oh, Panos has just left the pits. I don't know if he will make that. I mean,
If he
I
cuts
left
every
at
corner,
140. No, but I cut a lot of corners, and this will either he won't make it, or it would really hinder his tyre warm up. Because that's what happened to me as I tried to cut the corner, but obviously you're not turning corners and you just get dirty tyres.
interesting. We'll
I
have to see this if he
very much
manages to make
doubt
it.
you will be able to cut 30 seconds off, even with cutting corners, and warm up his tyres at the same time. That would be very interesting to see this, but we got Pains going into the last sector. Dante retires. Happy with that.
I mean, I'd be happy with that as well. No
And we
one's come
have
close to that. Maybe before Panos comes in with a flyer.
we've got Tech going onto a lap now, using that extra little bit of a corner for the last bit.
We have every driver except for Dante, Zolt, and Rico serving qualifying ban on track. I mean, Bev's just gone in the pits now. But every other driver is now out trying to get their last lap in.
So Beb finished. Fudge has finished.
You
Formy
called it.
Panos did not make it.
Yep.
I didn't think, and even if he did make it, that would have been a very. I mean, yeah, he only took a tenth off by cutting all those corners. So even if he did make it, his tyres would have been not ready at all. I mean, the latest you can leave it is 155, the latest by the looks of it. But we do have Pains on a. Oh, he's invalidated. Pains. Kudos. He's going into the last sector. Is he improving? Very good last turn. He's using all the curb. No, he will. Yes, he will improve. Taking Panos by a tenth. We got
Brilliant lap of
Gravy up there.
gravy.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's go, Ferrari and Alfa Romeo. That's a Ferrari second to fifth so far
We
with
got
sister
Pains.
teams.
No, Pains was out. My apologies. We got Marco, who's not going for another one. We got Nadim still on a lap. He is nearly 2 tenths up, coming into the last part of the section. Third sector. Can he keep it together? Can he extract that much
He's
time?
got the toe.
Is he going to improve?
Second place!
He improved by 5 tenths on that last couple of corners.
What an impressive lap.
He must have really bottled his last.
Anatoly across the line, up 1 place.
On the last sector, he improved by 5 tenths. And
Fushi
first
Wushi.
to fifth is all different teams. Who else have we got? We've got Fushi Wushi going into the pits. Oh. Dear me.
Gotta warm up those tyres before you finish qualifying.
Yeah. Good thing there's no, not the financial thing yet.
But that was certainly unexpected for Panos for me. I was definitely expecting him to be the second driver in the 132s.
I wonder if he could not put the perfect lap together like he did in T2, because I believe he was actually faster than Dante in his
I
T2.
think it was as well.
But we all know Nadim's got pace on the race pace. We've got Panos, who's got very good race pace as well. Wow.
1 second splitting the top 9.
Jesus.
I would never in a million years reserve into tier 1. This is
It
far too quick.
was I came third. I came third, and I did a 33.8,
So
and I would have been 10th.
you would have been 10th, yeah.
Thank God I'm not in T1.
But I mean, congrats to Shanae. He's come from a 24-hour race in ACC to now race in F1, and he's qualified
Yeah.
10th.
Yeah, qualified 10th. There's a big gap from 9th to 10th though, and then it's very close between 10th to what is that, 12th? Very close. 1
Oh
10th,
yeah,
2
6
tenths,
tenths.
and then suddenly to 3 tenths. We might have a spicy first corner.
Hello, Deem.
Hi.
Team, what a last lap, mate.
How am I P2?
Yeah,
Because you're quick.
it was very good. You know, you improved by 5,
I know.
6 tenths in the last sector.
I know, dude.
I was like, it's only 2 tenths up. You know, is he gonna cross the
no,
line?
but not only that, but I beat my tier 2 time as well.
You beat it by a landslide.
Beat it by, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I don't know. Don't question it, guys. But this was not part of the plan.
We
No,
also
this is
liked
L
you
plan.
giving Panos a little bit of helping hand at the
Yeah.
start with opposite teams.
Not that it
Yeah.
helped much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't really. Alright, I'll come back when We'll
When
see
you
what
win the
happens.
race?
No,
No,
probably
when you
not,
win the
but-
race.
Okay,
I have confidence.
Okay.
I don't have confidence.
And that was an interview with Nadeem.
The team
After
principal
qualifying.
of Aston Martin, who's also racing in Aston Martin today. Fortunately, who is it? JP, 3-time race winner, I believe, with McLaren 2 seasons ago. Racing with Aston Martin this season, stolen by McLaren. Sorry, stolen from McLaren. Fortunately, not here for the race.
Is JP off to McLaren next season as well?
JP's retiring this season and
Oh, wow,
focusing
okay.
full on ACC.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, well that's definitely not what I expected. I've just had a look at the tyres, and we only have 4
God,
medium tyres, whilst the rest are on hards.
It is the quickest strategy,
We have
even in the
Fudge,
strategy stage. Just say 2
Marco,
tenths faster.
Anatoly, and Tech. But in Tier 2, we had a 2-stopper who finished 4th. A qualified 7th.
Yes, we do have. Was it?
So,
Fudge, Marco, Anatoly, and Tech. Oh, this is going to be spicy. But also, the other strat is: will it be hards to mediums or hards to softs?
Ooh.
Will someone,
I mean, Panos, I think he'll probably do it
Panos,
again.
who had that gap, to go for the softs?
He lost 6 seconds to you because he stuck out for the softs, and I think if
Yeah,
he managed
and
to
then he
maintain
gained
a
it
rough
right
gap
back.
like that, he could probably pull it off again. First time commentating with Phoenix. Do you want to take us through the first lap, the whole first lap
Oh god.
mess of all of the drivers? I might jump in somewhere if something happens.
Yeah, please
But,
do. It's going to be very hectic. We saw what happened in T2. That
T2
first
was
corner is a
terrifying.
nightmare.
T2 was terrifying.
But
But I was out of my chair when you just went from 3rd to 1st in the first corner. It was impressive.
I'm pretty happy with it, but also Panos just stuck with me in that first sector, which I was hoping to put him under pressure a bit, but too fast. Do we see any donuts?
That's what I'm waiting for. Ferrari boys aren't giving me any donuts, unfortunately.
No donuts. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Beb,
didn't do
Beb
any.
tried. Beb tried,
Did he try?
unfortunately found himself in the wall.
Anyone else? Normally I do some donuts, but I was locked in.
I think we got some burnouts. Rico,
Ooh,
unfortunately,
Rico
disqualified. I
disqualified.
think... What was that? I think Armin did one. Unfortunately, we didn't see.
Right, and here we
Right,
go.
good luck.
First light, second light, third light, fourth light, fifth light. And off we go. And go. Go! There we go. Right, we have... Oh, who is that? That is Panos with a great start, taking up to 3rd place. Dante had a great start then. The Dean keeping it nice and safe. There's a bit of contact. Oh, there's a few bits of contact, but relatively very clean for the first corner. The Dean sticking in it. Panos up to 3rd place. That is a great start there. We've had a spin from Anatoly. That's very unfortunate.
Sinead's found himself up into 6th places. Kudos has spun.
Kudos. What's happened?
Kudos going side by side with Sinead. Now spun, now down into 16th place.
We have Flynn making, or Tech making a move on Flynn.
Marco as well going down the inside. He's making a move on Beb up into 7th place now. Let's have a look at the position changes.
You have a gap forming between Dante and Nadim.
And Payne's ahead of Gravy now, up into 4th place. Sinead on Marco as well.
A very close grid. There is no big gaps as of yet. Even with a couple of spins, they are still in the fight. They've only lost positions. They haven't done any major damages.
Contact between Sinead and Marco trying to go into the 3rd sector now. I think they're,
Oh,
they're
no,
still
we've
going
had a
side by side into the 3rd sector. 2 different
spin
tyre
from
strategies.
A massive spin from Zoltz, putting himself right at the back with Anatoly. Of Dante with a 42.5 for the fastest lap, but it is the first lap, so whoever crosses the line.
And
first will
Zolt's
have that
retiring as well.
Ooh, dear.
Rico, after having a qualifying ban, up into 10th place. Now going for a
my
move
God,
around the
didn't see this.
outside.
There's a
on
lot of
Fudge.
changes going into the first turn.
Rico up into 9th place with a beautiful move around the McLaren.
Oh, is he going to go for a move on Beb? No, Beb's kept it very tidy. Luckily. Wonder if we see a nice little dive bomb coming into this straight above. Oh, he's going to buy his time. Oh, that was a little bit of a break early from there. Relatively clean around the board. There's some
We got
hard
Payne's
racing
going
which
for a
we like
move
to see.
down the main straight. He's going for a move down the inside. He's got the position from Panos.
Oh,
Payne's now up
wow,
into
what
3rd
a
place.
move.
Beautiful move as Rico also makes the same move, and Beb goes wide onto the curbs. Not helping him at all now. Fudge is on the attack.
Not happening, and now there is
Fudge
a
up into
couple of
9th.
driver changes. Is that Armin making a move on Tech? Can Tech stick it around the outside? No, he cannot. Wow, this is very close. You see Zoltz leave the session due to a DNF. Oh, we have Armin going off the track. And as we know, it's very easy to get a penalty here.
And there it is. DRS is enabled. Now we're going to see a lot of overtakes. Well, other than those in the DRS train.
Do have Paynes with the fastest lap at the moment, which is 0.8 faster than Dante. How is the race leader getting on? A 3-second penalty already from Armin.
And Dante with a 1.4, nearly 1.5 seconds now. Lead
Just going
ahead
up.
of his ex-team principal.
Oh yeah,
As there's a 3-car battle. Going 3 wide, we had Rico, Fudge, and Beb. Rico managed to come out of that situation clean, and Fudge making the position on Beb. Payne's making the move on Nadim up ahead as well. What is going on? There's so much going on.
It's all so close.
This is the racing we want to see.
Oh, Rico going around the outside of Sinead. He's literally in his gearbox. You tell Sinead's
I think Armin spun. Armin spun. He's off the track.
Armin spun. Oh no. But look at the mini-map. Look at the group of drivers. Dante just running away. The second pack is starting to spread out a little bit, but that third pack, look at that. That is very tight. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers within a second of each other.
All fighting for 7th place. But what a start for Rico. He had a qualifying ban. Now lap 4, he's 8th place. As we got more moves at the back. Kudos on... No, Beb. Beb's has fallen a few places. That's what happened.
Oh, wow. We've got Fushy Wushy, who is a T3 driver in P13, doing very, very well with the pace. As a T3 driver.
Going from assist to no assist, that's dumb. I'm impressed.
Yes.
Kudos up another position with DRS advantage. He's taken the position from Tech. Now up into 10th place, back into the points.
Oh, we do see a moment from Nadim. That dirty air is hindering him. The dirty air on this track is a massive, massive change. It's very hard once someone overtakes you and you're trying to stick with them, especially through the S's and the Sector 3. A dirty air can make a massive impact on your race. We do see Panos keeping Nadim in his sights, hunting him down. You do have Dante just playing a very patient game at the top.
But
It was still
Dante had
60%.
2 seconds a lap ago. Pains has
Pain.
cut that time down now to
Oh, he's
1
cut it
second.
more. Oh my, it's so...
And now he's within DRS range. Dante is not in a safe position now as he once thought he was at the start of this race.
Also got Nadim, who might have got DRS. He did get DRS. He's sticking with Pains. Now it's a second separating from first place to 5th place.
And that is beautiful to see 5 drivers all fighting so close together in Tier 1. As Armin unfortunately loses another position now to Armin, who's got DRS down that back straight.
We see any other moves happening at this time? No. Everyone keeping it nice and clean. No one wants to spin. Everyone's just being very patient, waiting for other people. And we have a spin. Oh, Shanae is spun.
Nadim spun!
Nadim. Oh, no.
Nadim has spun not again!
On the same part of the track as what happened in T2. He spun
And
again. He's keeping it out the wall. He is not going to be happy. Beb making his way up. Nadim.
His teammate now,
Can he
Marco.
make his last first again? Oh, we do see Nadim with struggling with a bit of tyre temps, maybe. Fudge. Oh dear. Fudge with a 3-second penalty, but is going side by side with Kudos. He's sticking it there. Oh! They go side by side through the S's. Kudos does get through.
What a comeback so far from Kudos after having a spin. Possible contact with another driver in the first lap, now up into 7th place.
But another thing to look at, I don't know if you are looking at it, but the ERS. It's so hard to keep your ERS, or save your ERS, and maintain it. It's so easy to use, but also so hard to get back.
Pain's going side by side with Dante! Almost took
They
the
seem
lead
to
of the
be quite
race,
very good.
but unfortunately was not close enough. Dante with the inside line managed to maintain the lead, but Pain's now so close. It's the lead of the race is in touching distance now.
And Marco coming out of nowhere, sticking it in P4. How many driver swaps has there been? Marco has made 5 places. Payne's made 4. 11 for Rico. Rico is challenging for the win, even though he started in 17th place.
I think Nadim might have given Rico some of that rocket fuel.
Yeah, by the looks of it. And Nadim yet to find his pace in this. He'll be beating himself up. He knows he is very fast on this track, but he might be pushing his luck a bit too much. We all know sometimes you have to be fast, but sometimes you have to be patient. And I feel Nadim may be just pushing himself a bit too much constantly. Very hard to keep keep that car under stable conditions all the time. Going a little bit wide there.
We've got Flynn all over the gearbox of tech as well now.
We
Going
do
into
see
the third sector. All of these
Payne
drivers.
probably going to try and make a move on Dante. He is four tenths behind. Will he go for the move? No, he's going to be patient. He is fuel saving. He was lifting and coasting into that last bit. I wonder, has anyone actually underfueled?
As Sinead now gets. Wait, Sinead's in last.
Did he have a spin again? Or did he pit?
I think Spinay had another spin. Fudge going side by side with Kudos into the third sector. He has the inside line and he's managed to make the move. Very clean driving by the pair of them.
You do have Armin with a 6-second penalty as well.
That's not fun at all.
No one to
Beb as
pit
well. I think
as of
Beb's
yet.
gone wide. Beb now rejoining into 13th place. Armin now up into 12th place.
Probably a little bit of an unsafe return onto track there. Shanae having to go off the track just to avoid him. Coming back onto the apex. Oh, we do have Rika! Panos! Panos has spun!
Oh my god, Panos has. He's lost 2 positions. He's now under threat from his teammate, Rico. And Nadim with 3 seconds.
He is pushing his limits.
And now down towards the DRS straight.
Will we see
Paynes is
Panos give up the...
0.5 behind.
He's
But as
not
you mentioned
gonna
before,
make it. I
if
think
he's
so.
fuel saving, yeah, he's fuel saving towards the end of the straight. So he'll probably
Oh, we
hang
see
out.
Rico making a move on Panos. Don't think he wanted to fight that much. Maybe he wants to be pulled along by Rico. Ravy holding in there strong, not really getting mixed up with anyone, just being patient, playing the long game. Marco
Flynn
up to
going
P3.
side by side with Tech.
Those mediums will be crying around about now. Can he hold on to the pace? As we do see Ravy keeping on same level of time. Chipping away at it very small. And Beb with a 3-second penalty now. There's a lot of penalties going. Ravy still with a lot. Panos has still got a lot of ERS to use. Rico has only got 37%. Dante still in the lead, comfortable with 75%. But Paynes is... Oh, we have a spin from Shanae once again. He has come from a 24-hour race, mind, so he is probably feeling a little bit fatigued. We don't want him to push himself to make it. He's looking like he's going into the pits. Wonder, will he retire or is he
Armin
just going?
has spun as well.
And Shanae is retiring. That is really unfortunate, but also great sportsmanship to come in, even though he has done 24 hours racing on a different platform. And we have Nadim DNFing. Nadim has retired. Oh, Nadim. Yeah, we saw your little spin there.
Oh, Payne's a spun.
Yeah, Paynes did spin. Wait, oh, he did spun now.
Yeah.
I was thinking Panos. Panos did spin.
Dude, what is going
well.
on? Everybody's spun in the same corner.
I mean, it is a horrible corner to have to go through.
Nah, I don't know how I spun though. I don't have an explanation for that. Because it didn't happen
Yeah,
to
we
me before.
didn't really see you. It is very much. We had another. Oh wait, no, that is Shanae retiring out of the pits.
Crazy race. Oh, yellow flags everywhere.
Rico
But
making
very
up
close.
12 places. Marco up 7 places.
Well, at least it was fun for 6 laps.
Well, now you can join us in the commentator's box.
With Armin spinning at the back again.
I could.
Going into the pits. I do feel like that might be a retirement.
Possibly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Retirement? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
4 DNFs.
And the streak continues. DNF or a podium?
DNF.
Nothing
indeed.
in between.
You see Dante still pulling a
Kudos
gap
and Fudge
to
going too
Marco.
wide again. I think Kudos possibly pushed very far wide coming out of the long straight. I should know the corner numbers, I don't. But Fudge and Kudos going back and forth with their fights.
Well, Fudge is out of ERS, where Kudos is also pretty much out. Flynn, 20%. Tech saving his ERS very well. Beb, very low. Wishy Wishy, very, very low. Well, there's a theme here. There's also people not using any ERS or using all of it. So hard to gain back. We do see Dante starting to pull a gap from Marco now. Maybe those mediums have worn off.
That's right, I
We
forgot
will
about the tires. The
pit
tires. 12 to 14 is what Ollie was saying for the mediums before they need to be pitted.
Well, we saw the T3 race. T3 race, we had Fushy Wushy and Nero's pushing him, the mediums, to lap 18, I think it was. And it very much hindered them. So
Payne's making a position on Gravy as well now, down the DRS straight. Sorry to cut you off there. But now Payne's has made it back up into the podium positions.
Very good drive from him. Great recovery.
And he's already within that 1 second to Marco ahead. Of course, those mediums, as you mentioned before, are going to start to
within
really cry.
2 corners there. That is half a second lost. By the looks of it, you could have Dante has got a very nice gap to maybe keep pushing on those hards. Because Paynes might lose time to Dante here whilst trying to overtake Marco. Bide his time. Wait for a mistake out of Marco. Panos is still sticking with Rico though. Working very well together. The Haas team
Marco, I think,
will be happy.
Marco's gone a bit wide, I think. Payne's has gotten up very close now coming into the DRS detection zone.
Wow, that's 4 drivers fighting for 3rd place. That is... Sorry, 5 drivers.
That's mad.
Oh, you see Gravy getting very close to the back of Paynes there.
I think we could potentially see a double overtake. Payne's now taking 3rd place, but I think Gravy's too far.
No, he's too
I was
far
too
back,
hopeful.
but he is gaining time there. Will we see a little bit of a switchback for here? No, too far away. Starting to see a DRS train happen. Dante's just got to keep it clean. When was the last time Dante raced? Australia?
I think it was possibly Australia, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see him at Monaco.
Round 3. Wasn't at Monaco.
Well, it definitely wasn't at Silverstone.
No. Don't think he was at China either.
As Gravy receives 3 seconds as well. Gravy now in contention for a third place finish, because obviously Marco will come out on the slower compound tyre compared to the rest, has now got 3 seconds to serve at the end of the race. That is not what the doctor ordered. As Anatoly now is the first to pit off of those mediums.
That'd be a good stop. It's a decent stop. I wonder if he will get an undercut here. The undercut here is very powerful because the tyres heat up very, very quickly. Even the hards, sometimes on some tracks, the hards can take a few laps to fire up, but sometimes the hards can get done within a lap here. The mediums, when I pitted in T2, they were ready to go halfway around the lap. Webb is starting to catch up tech a little bit. Those mediums on 12 laps, they will not be very grippy. Marco's starting to fall away now. Payne's 5 seconds behind Dante.
Fudge now in the pits as well.
I mean, Gravy needs to get past Marco. Maybe bridge a gap, a tiny bit of a gap between Rico and Panos. Will we maybe see a double overtake on this next straight? Haynes is just chipping away at that time to Dante. We'll see a double overtake here because Rico is very close to Gravy. Gravy is very close to Marco. This is going to be very, very close. He's going to go for a move. But we see Rico just...
Very comfortable, very easy move for the Alfa Romeo driver. Slightly further back, we got Beb making a move on Tech down that same straight. Now Beb up into 9th place, extra point for him provisionally.
I mean, you can see Fudge is eating the time away from Tech.
And
There's
now
brand new
Marco with 3
hards
seconds.
already. Marco in the pits. As we see Kudos. Oh no, that is because he's in the pits.
Panos still half a second back from his teammate.
He's sticking in there well. I wonder if he is. He's still got 60. Wow. If you actually look at the ERS, Rico has got 10% of ERS, where Panos has got 60%.
And Rico improving on his time, 2/10 up already.
I think he may be ready to pit very soon, or he is trying to get at Gravy as fast as possible. His ERS light is flashing. Some of the turns on this track are so tight. You see, turn 1 is practically a U-turn. Very tight as well. Uphill, blind corner. Very easy to miss the apex and lock up. As we do see Panos going into the pits.
So he's not going to go for that one stop to softs.
No,
I think
that is
Dante could still pull that off, though. If anyone's going to try it, it's going to be Dante.
Yeah, it depends all on Pains. I think if Pains does pit around lap 18, the pit window is 16 to 18 for the hards, so we will see. I mean, we still see Tech running. It's 15 lap old tires, mediums, and just past the straight now.
Panos fighting with Marco now as he comes out of the pits. Almost colliding with the Aston Martin driver as he came out.
Ooh, we have Rico using the back end a little bit. Wonder if he is trying to make a move. Don't think he has enough room to make it. And my dog is still trying to attack me. I think my dog is asking for his dinner, so I will be back in about 2-3 minutes.
No worries. So we now see Gravy and Pains and Rico all pitting now as Webby walks away. We've got 4 drivers double stacked for the Ferraris. Pains has done his stop, and now Kudos has come in. The pit crew will be ready for him. Oh, he loses about 0.1 of a second there, unfortunately. Well, hopefully it won't be enough for too many positions to be lost. He loses position to Marco, and I think that'll just be it now. But Pains now into second place still. Panos, having pitted a while ago, now finds himself up into third place. A huge pit stop for him. And Marco up into fourth place again, but he's got Rico and he's got Gravy behind him with those softer tyres. So less fuel as well, so those tyres will work a lot less harder. Kudos, unfortunately, as well, pitted in that same charade, in that same parade. Now down into 9th place, and Flynn and Bev also pitting, coming out in 10th and 11th. So Kudos will have some work to do ahead of him. Of course, Tech still has to pit. He's still on those medium tyres from the start of the race, so that's still an extra position ahead of him, a free position ahead of him. And Fudge and Marco ahead of him will have those hard tyres, which will be quite slow in the opening laps in this stint. Now as Rico makes a pass on Gravy using DRS. And there goes Kudos making the move around Tech. Those old mediums are not doing him any favors, but he has a strategy in mind and he is sticking with it. And I mean, if his strategies go from medium to softs, impressive drive, mate, because I'm sure those mediums are crying for help now. Pains now absolutely rapid on those mediums. He is cutting that time down. It was 23 seconds, it's now 21.5. Panos 3 seconds behind, and Marco pitting just 3 laps ago, 2.5 seconds behind Panos. Whilst on the hard compound tyres, he's still managing to keep a decent gap behind him and cut the gap ahead of him to Panos. Now Pains into the 120s, he's cut a second in the past lap. Dante on those old hards is gonna go for a one-stop, I think. I think if he continues this pace, he's going to risk Pains catching up and taking the lead of the race, but those softs are going to do an absolute miracle for him, and it's going to hand him the victory. We'll have to see, though. There's still another 10 laps to go, and Dante is still not going in the pits. He is dedicating himself to this late one-stopper. Slightly further back, Gravy and Rico still fighting. Rico taking the position of Gravy about a sector and a half, 2 sectors ago. Gravy now 0.4 behind, coming in towards the final few corners.
And I am back, and I've missed all the pit stops.
Yeah, you left, and as you left, Panos, Pains, Kudos, and Gravy, Flynn, Beb, and Fushy Wushy all pitted. So half the grid pitted when you left.
Oh,
But
we're very close.
Dante is stuck out on those hards, and Pains
Rico
is
is
cutting that time down.
literally-
He's cut down 1.5 seconds in the past lap.
Yeah, this is what I was on about. If he does sit out there for a little bit too long. I know those softs are very powerful around here, but they don't last. They lose around 4 to 5 to maybe 0.6 a lap.
Rico all over the gearbox and Marco.
Marco using all the ERS.
Unfortunately, that medium hard strategy is not doing Marco any
Oh
favors.
my lord, look at this.
Now makes the move.
He doesn't outbrake himself. Great move.
I think Marco potentially will lose another position here now as well, with Gravy on those much faster tyres behind him. As Dante pits, he's in the pits and he's on those softs. He's going to go 8 laps on those softs.
That is a bold move to
That
do.
is very brave. Payne's now coming across the line, taking the fastest lap, which Dante will no doubt take back. But the gap now, less than a second, splitting the two.
Gravy going to go for the move here? No, he is not.
As Tech now pits finally off of those mediums. I think Tech might go for the softs now as well. He's going to go risky.
Pains.
Those are softs.
Dante's already put a little bit of time on him before those tyres are warmed up. I think those softs are going to hit lap 26. Oh, I thought he spun there. He did not spin. He was just trying to move out the way. He has still got 84% of ERS to play with. Oh, there's a move. There's a massive dive bomb from Pains. And the switchback from Dante.
And Pains is in the lead of the race.
Dante just needs to be pulled along a little bit. Ooh.
Almost contact between the two of them.
Dante has got the pace on those softs. He needs to get past Pains as fast as possible and just gap him, because those are ready to go.
I think he'll have the lead again after this straight now.
He's using all his ERS. Oh, that was very close.
Very close between the pair of them now. Dante retaking the lead of this race. But the question is, how long till those softs die? Those softs are not going to make it 8 laps, and if they do, I'll be impressed as hell. But realistically, though, I don't think they will. I think towards the end of that lap, they are
got the fastest lap.
They are going to be crying like mad.
Fastest lap is Pains with the 36.0, which is a lot faster than the next couple of people. 0.5 faster, 0.8 faster, 0.7 faster, 6. Wow.
Coming down to the main straight as well now. We've got Gravy with DRS going side by side with Marco. Marco with the inside line, managing to position his car perfectly for the apex, but Gravy with a brilliant exit finds himself now up into 5th place. Marco back at it though. He's got the inside line, but again, a poor exit for the Aston Martin driver. Unfortunately, he sees himself still in 6th place.
We're going to see Marco pushing really, really hard to maintain his position here, because everyone around him is just going to be faster. We have Dante putting in the fastest lap, which is a 35.1, which is going to be very hard for those medium pace tyres to beat. He's starting to gap a little bit. 1.6 seconds.
Gravy all over that gearbox of Marco still.
Yeah, nice
That
little
switchback
Gravy and Marco.
is perfect for Marco. And now going through this sector, I mean, I say you can't overtake. The team did it. Rico's done it.
And
Panos
can I
has
just
done it.
say,
Everyone's done it.
I might have missed this, but where's the gap gone from Panos to Rico?
Panos
gap is
pitted a lap
massive.
earlier and managed to get ahead of Rico.
And he's
Rico
also
pitted
got a
in the massive
penalty.
group. And Paynes is within a second. What? I think Dante's had a mistake.
He
Dante
must
was
have.
a second and a half ahead.
Which he needs. You can't be making mistakes when you pit hards to softs and everyone else has gone from hards to mediums. You cannot be making mistakes on those softs. One, it's going to kill them. Two, you're just going to kill your time. Oh no, I know what's happened. He is having connection issues and he freezes, and every time he freezes he goes 4/10 back.
Oh no. EA, please don't do this.
It's more of an internet issue on his side. It's happened for months, as from what I have known. He'll be kicking himself about that.
Gravy now all over the gearbox of Marco. Again, he's got DRS coming down this main straight. He's going for a move. Potentially. Marco with the inside line. Late braking. Lock up on the front left for Gravy. Unfortunately, though, could not make the move. Coming up into the DRS detection zone. Dante still not able to pull that gap.
No, I do feel like those softs will be feeling it now. Those mediums will be on the same pace. It'll be good to see what his Sector 2 time is like. And Dante out of ERS at the same time.
That is not good.
He went from 80 to 8 in the space of 2 laps. Okay,
down by 6/10.
6/10. So we're looking around 8 to 9/10 lost from his fastest lap within 2 laps. He has managed to break away a little bit, not giving DRS. I don't think he did get DRS. No, he didn't get any DRS, so Dante needs to be saving his ERS as much as he possibly can. And there you go, the little freeze again. He's lost 2/10, 3/10. No wonder he's using up all his ERS. As we do see Rico technically in P3 at the moment with that time penalty, but
Payne's almost side by side. Going into that hairpin towards the DRS straight.
Oh my, and we see Gravy about to make him move on Marco. They are literally almost touching. We are also Payne's trying to make a move.
Payne's with 3 seconds!
That is a godsend from Dante. And you're going to see, we're going to see a move here from Gravy. No, the straight line speed from Marco is saving him. He must have such low wings compared to everyone else. All Dante has to do is just keep in front and keep him just behind as much as he can. Make him lose so much time.
Let's have a look at the penalties. Oh, I've gone past it twice. Panos with 3 seconds. Marco, Gravy, Fudgel, 3 seconds. Everyone with 3 seconds.
4 people fushy-wushy without a time penalty, but nowhere near to make any changes. Oh, we have. You can see Dante struggling with the tyres now. He might be also struggling with tyre temps. That is a possibility. We know how.
Oh!
Oh, you see,
What?
that's the little
Uh,
freeze I was on about.
uh, what just
On,
happened?
on my screen, it was ghosted.
They were
On
mounted on
your
top of each
screen,
other.
they were doing inappropriate things,
I'm so confused.
and we
But
might
Pains will
see.
have DRS.
He's not using any RS. He's being very smart. Dante using as much as he possibly can. He's at 0, pretty much at 0.
My only guess then is Pains is being patient, for we all know those softs are gonna drop off a cliff now. It's just a matter of time. Rico now with another, oh, not another 3 seconds, sorry. Rico with his first 3 seconds.
So track position now is all equal bar Dante. And Kudos is technically...
As
Oh,
Pains has spun! Pains has spun out of the second to last corner, has lost the position to Panos. Rico now coming through, takes 3rd place. Pains now down to 4th. The pressure of just sticking behind Dante's got to Pains.
It just shows how hard it is to track. Even though you are on the faster tyre, it is so hard to stick with some drivers, sorry. And there's a 5-second gap, so Dante can just pretty much chill out and not risk any time penalties.
As Fudge is retired!
Spin. Oh no.
Fudge coming out of the first corner.
That is a weird place to spin. Or is it a weird place to DNF?
But Pains, after that spin, he's 0.3 behind Rico, and he will have the DRS. Rico with also almost no ERS as well. Pains is using everything. Try and make this move. Rico with the inside line, but Pains has got the pace, and he's got the move. Pains back up into the podium positions. Now into 3rd as Rico tries to go for a move down the inside to fight back, but unfortunately is not quite going to get it there. He goes for a switchback. He's got the inside line again. Going side by side.
Oh, bit of
Pains
touch there.
still just
Getting his
barely
elbows
ahead.
out.
I mean, regulations say those cars have got to be, what was it, 2 meters wide? I think they're going to make it more than that, easily.
Yeah,
As Marco
easily.
spun, Kudos now into 6th place.
Marco's making a very good race, but maybe just on the wrong strategy for today.
Indeed. That 5-second gap has now come down to 4.3. 4.2 is tumbling down.
Maybe we might see Dante just chilling out a little bit, not risking anything. Just making sure he's staying off the ends of the track.
He's 6/10 off of his previous time, previous best. So he's definitely taking it slow.
We'll see. Gravy maybe losing a position to Kudos here due to the time penalty. Maybe he's got to be putting in those times now.
Gravy with another 3
with
seconds.
Another. So that's a definite loss unless Kudos gets a 3-second penalty and also makes a mistake.
Into the 3rd sector, gap down to 3.8 seconds now between Panos and Dante.
Will we see Pains try and get up and catch up Panos and maybe make a little bit of a move? We do see Panos has got the pace for Tier 1. It's great to see, but I spoke to him earlier and I did ask why he's not in Tier 1, and it is the only reason why is because he cannot make the right scheduled time for Tier 1.
Time down to 3 seconds now with 1 lap to go. Dante has to just keep it clean. He still has no penalties. All he has to do is keep it tidy and on the track. Those tires are crying, and he needs to just make it home, corner by
Even
corner.
technically now, he's 6 seconds ahead with that penalty. And you don't really see Panos really eating away at that time as much as he should do. Oh, I think there's another little bit of lag spike there.
Kudo's 0.3 seconds behind Gravy now coming into the DRS detection zone. He will have that rear wing open, but will he have a good enough exit to be able to make a move? I mean, he doesn't need to, but it'll certainly be a great on-track victory for the driver.
Only 3 drivers have not got penalties. Fushy Wushy in 12th place. 12th place, we have Kudos maybe making a move on Gravy. He doesn't really need to make that move. He just needs to sit behind and just not risk anything. Because he's not in a position to overtake and then close that gap enough to then get into...
And Dante with a Grand Slam wins the US Grand Prix. Panos coming in second, and Paynes, unfortunately, after that spin, losing out on second place, but still recovering back up into third place. Rico, qualifying ban served up
And
into
can we
fourth
just
place.
look at Marco, Flynn and Beb going at it in the last turn? Is that a dive bomb about to happen? Beb going on the outside. Oh, Marco made a mistake. Flynn passing on the last corner with half a tenth. What a finish from these 3 drivers.
Photo finish almost for those 3. That is impressive driving. I mean, everyone so far, we still have 3 more to cross the line, but everyone has driven impressively the entire race. So many close battles.
Very close, very intense all the time. No one could really chill. Even at the end for Dante there, he really couldn't just sit back and chill. He still had to push a little bit, not risk anything though. But what a race. And Fushy Wushy, a T3 driver about to cross the line on his T1 race. I'd be happy with that. He kept the pace. He didn't get any penalties. Very, very good from the driver.
Very good indeed. I mean, any driver to race in Tier 1 for me, I mean, congrats to you. You're brave enough to go with no assists.
Definitely, yeah. I'm not even going to risk it.
Not going to risk it for a biscuit?
Maybe next race, as in the finale, I might show an appearance.
Oh, Alpha Romeo surprise. Sure,
But there will be a
I'm
lot of
sure
spins.
Ollie and Joe will be happy to hear that.
There will be a lot of spins, so don't expect anything.
You wouldn't be you wouldn't be part of the Ferrari family if you didn't spin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what a race we've had there. We've had a great race from all drivers. Well done to everyone who did finish. Not an easy track at all.
Indeed. I mean, a lot of drivers have already complained, even from yesterday, that Kota is by far their worst track.
Yeah, well,
and, I completely understand the frustration, even I don't like it, and I'm a slow driver.
I know. Well, you know, I've only ever done 5-lap races on this game, and Kota is not my favourite track.
Kota is the only one you do 3 laps on.
Literally.
Oh,
what a race.
Who would you say is your driver of the day for this race, though? I know Rico's got it by default because he made the most overtakes to get to 4th place, but
I think it is a very much a tie between Rico and Dante. Dante just had a clean race, got pole position in 1 lap, went straight out, poled it, and just didn't move. Did a Max Verstappen at Spa. And pretty much did a very different strategy to everyone else, and it paid off.
it did. I mean, it's unfortunate that Paynes had that spin, but I think if Rico didn't get it, well, no, I would say if anything, potentially Panos, I would say would get the driver of the day for me. I mean, he got decent position in qualifying, and then in the race, the strategy did not go his way. He couldn't make the move. He gave it to Rico. but then when it came to pits, he got it perfect and got ahead of everyone ahead of him.
I don't know if it's done this for you, but it's put us straight back into qualifying. Everyone's leaving. It put me straight back in. It went straight back in. Didn't even put me to the
Oh
stream.
yeah, it put me in qualifying, and then now it's stuck loading. The last
Should we
time
just
I
go
tried...
T1 again? Should we just red flag it, restart?
Yeah, let's restart. I didn't see Dante win. He didn't win.
No. We didn't record.
I wasn't streaming. I wasn't recording this.
Anyway,
there's no replay on
Twitch.
Twitch. I don't know what you're on about. But let's get our race winner in here. Let's get Dante in here.
Was to feel
Dante.
Oh.
Sorry, I dragged you mid conversation. But Dante, that was a brilliant race for a returning race to Phoenix. How was that race for you? I mean, that was a grand slam as well.
Wow, that was pretty good. Seriously, also, even me, I didn't believe that. I didn't think before the race that I'm going to be on the top, but because I just practiced one. I practiced before the race, before the T2 race. I practiced with Mr. Brady and good commentary as well. And he was better than me. I didn't have the pace, but here right now, I don't know. But a lot of things happened in the not in the qualifying race because the ferry was very good, and Spot he just spun. I think if he didn't spun, it could have overtaken me because I was struggling at the end with the soft tire.
Well, Webby, have you got any questions? Because I'm still a bit speechless. That race was very much heart in mouth when you pitted for the softs with 8 laps to go, and my thought process was that you had thrown the race away there with that.
Yeah, I agree. I generally thought it was a bad call, but you made it thick. I think you did get a little bit lucky with the spin from Paynes. But also, I do want to ask, how was your qualifying going out for 1 lap, smashing that lap out of the park,
Yeah,
and then just not bothering with it?
No, seriously, even me, I was surprised about that. That's why when I made it, I said to myself, "Come on, there's no point, there's no need of getting out." But I think Panos could have the pace hit me, but it didn't. So I think it's Red Bull effect. I just got a brand new team, and then I don't know, maybe first time the call. Good quality, good result, but overall, I'm pretty happy with all of that. And the best thing in the race for me was the gamble of the soft tire, because all of in the race I was saving my ERS just for the second stint.
Yeah, we did see that. Everyone else was using a lot of ERS, and you did save it, so well done for that one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Are you going to be here for Mexico next week? Are we going to see another spectacular race victory from the one and only Dante?
Yeah, I'm going to be here for Mexico. Mexico not my best track, but I think I'm going to practice a lot more than Kota, and maybe I can do something. But I think there's an Alpha Romero, there's someone who's missing. I didn't race with him before, but he's pretty fast, so I think it's going to be nice to race with him, Pence, Panos, and spot that Mr. Shiny, is it? Yeah, he's retiring, but I think Mexico is going to be good.
Well, thank you for joining us thank you for a spectacular race. I mean, it was certainly very exciting. It was also quite surprising, just the fact that, you put in a beautiful lap and just thought, you know what, I'm done. Let's put my feet up and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. But
I do have
thank you
one more
for that.
question, though.
Go
I
on.
do have one more question, sorry. How was your internet connection in that?
Seriously, that was so bad because I was so much afraid with the soft tire because a lot of things happened when I was on the soft. I got the because sometimes I got freeze. My connection is lagging, drop frame rate, and then it happened so much time and fans catching me, and I was like, come on, I'm going to lose the late. But hopefully, the guy just made some mistakes. But I don't know. I cannot fix that. Sorry about it. But I hope Mexico is going to be much more powerful.
Well, it may have been a bad internet connection, but you still managed to hold on with great pace. So, you know what? Well done to you. Thank you for joining us for an interview today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow next week at Mexico.
Thank you guys, and seriously, good commentary. I was just watching the Twitch at the same time. Good commentary. That's nice. Keep going
Multitasking,
on.
winning the
Right,
race whilst
just
watching
keep
us.
the way
Gotcha.
it is.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Right, let's get our second place winner in here. Panos, there we go. Panos, welcome. I mean,
Hello.
I'm a bit speechless. That race was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I did notice. First of all, during qualifying, you tried to. It seemed like Nadim, your team principal, and your teammate from Tier 2 was trying to give you a toe during qualifying. Was that actually the case?
Yeah, we did. I also gave him a toe, I think. Yeah, it was all planned.
All planned, okay. How was that race for you? You managed to finish second, which is still a very good finish to the race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the result because I started P5. I didn't manage to. I was too late to set my final lap in just by a couple of seconds. I think if I had 10 more seconds, I would have been able to improve that lap and maybe be on the front row. But yeah, the race went pretty well. I had a really good start up to P3 into turn 1. And yeah, then from then on, it was just managing. And I had a spin as well, which was pretty weird because I just took the normal line and somehow my car just bottomed out. Yeah, in the end, I got P2. I don't know what happened to Pains, whether he spun out by himself or spun out whilst fighting Dante, but yeah, it should have been P3 originally.
I mean, you've had a very successful evening, or afternoon rather. You've gone ahead and won the Tier 2 race and then come here to reserve into Tier 1 and secure yourself a second place. You must be very, very happy with yourself for the pace you've shown today.
Yeah, I am very happy. I honestly didn't practice too much. I did some practice with the Aston boys yesterday, but yeah, not enough in my opinion. But to get these results is, yeah, I'm just really happy. Especially Tier 2, it was most important for me today because of the championship. But to get the result with Tier 1 with the big boys like this is also, I'm also very happy about that.
Well, Webby, have you got any last questions?
I've only got one. What was the difference between your qualifying in this race and the race before in T2? Because we did see that you were 4 tenths behind your T2 pace.
Yeah, there was a small difference. I obviously didn't feel as comfortable as Tier 2 because I don't run with ABS usually. Yeah, I think could have definitely been closer to my lap if I had done that last run when I ran out of time. But the lap I did was with 3 old lap tires because I did an out lap, then I started the lap and validated that one and then went for another one. So yeah, that's if I had pressure tires, I could have definitely improved my lap by a couple of tenths as well.
Nice. Oh, well done for today. That was a great race from T1 and T2. So
Yeah,
well done for you.
thanks. Thank you.
Do you think
Can't wait to see you next race.
we've got Mexico next week? So do you think that's another track that you could come out on top on?
Yeah, Mexico, I kind of like it and I kind of hate it. It's not one of my strongest tracks. It's like, but yeah, I think definitely with a bit of practice, it can be another strong weekend for me. And I will really need this in Tier 2 as well. But yeah, I think definitely I will have some pace there as well.
Well, I certainly look forward to see what you've got on track there. Thank you for joining us for the in the commentary box today.
No
Thank you
worries.
for joining in both of the races today, giving us a spectacular show and a spectacular
Yeah,
race.
I am
Uh,
absolutely sweating.
I can imagine. And
Yeah.
we will see you next week for our season finale at Mexico.
Yep. Thank you.
And now let's get our third place winner, Pains. How was that race for you? The qualifying was pretty damn good. I mean, although you only qualified in 6th place, it was still a very strong start with your teammate in 3rd place. And then how's that race for you?
Very very painful. I feel like I definitely had the pace to win there. I feel like especially on the hards, I had the best pace on track. And then the strategy mix up was interesting. But just making too many mistakes, and you can't win if you make too many mistakes. I spun twice. Yeah, but P3 is not too bad, I guess. So.
What happened in that spin when you were fighting with Dante towards the closing stages of that race? Was that just a drive error, or was that contact between the two of you?
Just drive it error. I went too deep into the corner. I went off the racing line and just went sideways. I was like a second behind him, so there's no contact.
Still a good race though. Whilst you may have had that spin from 2nd place and then dropped down to 4th, you managed to fight back with Rico and secure 3rd place. And for Ferrari as a team, you've got 3rd and 5th place. There's still strong points for the team. There's still overall a very good weekend. Webby, have you got any questions?
I don't. I just want to congratulate you because when you made our life really great to watch you race, because there was a couple of mistakes there, but you managed to crawl it back. Really unfortunate with you and Dante at the end there. But do you like this track, or was it a meh track for you?
I liked it, but I think my practice I've done something wrong because in that race, Dante was just hitting no apexes and was going a lot faster than me. So I think my racing line was rather messed up, or I don't know what's going on there. But he was hitting no apexes, I was, and I couldn't keep up. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure
the
what was going
curves
on.
are a killer here.
Yeah.
And one final question is that we've got Mexico next week. What do you think of that track? Do you think that's a strong one for you as well, or is that a meh, as Webby put it?
Definitely a meh. The S's are my worst enemy. I hate the S's there, so it's gonna be about maximizing points there, I guess. I don't think I'll be able to win, but I'll give them all.
Well, thank you for a very exciting race, a very exciting, close to the very close. What's the word I'm thinking of? Damn it! Very exciting closing stage to the race. I guess I'll stick with that. Very unfortunate with the spin, but still a great recovery to come back onto the podium and get 3rd place. And great points for the team as a team principal. Well done for 3rd place. Very unfortunate for the spin, but still, as I said, a very good recovery. And for kudos, he was involved in a lap 1 incident, I believe. So he went tumbling down the order, but managed to fight his way back up to 5th place. So a great battle between the two of you for the positions you got. So thank you for joining in the commentary box for this interview, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Mexico.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
Yeah.
Well, what a race that was for Tier 1.
I've just found something else out. Rico will be the champion after that race.
So he will be, because Shanae retired during the race. Rico is the champion for Tier 1. Absolute huge congratulations to the Haas driver. I'm fairly certain this is his first. No, I think this is his 2nd season with us, and he's won the championship now. So that is a brilliant way to finish his 2nd season with us.
And the best of the best.
Hey, yeah, he is. I still need to hand out the prizes for last season, so I've got 2 loads of prizes to hand out at the next prize giving ceremony of sorts that we do.
But maybe even looking at the constructors is not tied up yet. It's still a a good battle there. I don't know what both. Oh yeah, both Hasses, Panos and Rico scored very good points there. And I think Shanae was the only Williams driver, do I believe?
Shanae was the only Williams driver.
And he didn't get any points. So the points may be tied or very, very close. So the Constructors is going down to the wire.
Well, that was one very interesting race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to your dog for to take you away from the desk right when things get exciting.
He's asleep now, for God's sake.
His job's done. He's done distracting you for the day.
Oh.
Well,
thank you for letting me commentate as well.
Thank you for joining. It's been fun having someone to bounce off with, and you know, then get abandoned when things get spicy.
No, I'm always around. I'm hopefully always around to commentate if ever you need it.
You are more than welcome to join. And that has been Tier 1 with Phoenix for round 7. Thank you for joining, and see you next week at Mexico.
Cheers, guys.